Hi guys, we're back home. Yay! Actually, we got in yesterday and oh man, I was so tired from a very delightful visit to Cairns. It was so nice. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the videos. There's a few more yet to come. I just went over the top filming whatever I could find. Anyway, we're back now and I've rested. I've had a sleep. You can hear it in my voice that I'm all chirpy and perky and excited, and I want to show you how things are here at Fruitopia with a new week, and hopefully in good shape. Let's see what we can find. Looks like it was quite windy as always. There's leaves everywhere around the garden, so that's the one thing I noticed immediately. However, the bougainvilleas have really taken off. Wow, amazing. Look at that. It's like come out of nowhere on all varieties except the variegated one. That one usually comes in fall or in late autumn. So the lilies are flowering. Oh, by the way, when we arrived yesterday in Melbourne, it was 30 Celsius, and today it's 32 or 33. It's very hot. And yes, I'm in my summer uniform. Of course I am. More bougainvillea flowers taking off here, coming down the steps. One of the banana pups has decided to get in the way of the steps. That wasn't there last week, so that's new. Yep, in just a week things can change. Bananas can pop out of nowhere. And speaking of bananas, these guys look almost ready to pick. Just waiting for the first yellow one to show. Okay, where are we? Yeah, it's a small rack, but they're nice and fat. So coffee plant, coffee tree, looking good with a lot of new growth. This is in ground. Got a little burnt here, but it must have been hot. Look at that. Look at these two leaves. Huh? And this one. These two. They got burnt as well, so a bit of heat damage. Oh, and there's another one there. Another leaf. Yep, they need to be, the water needs to be kept up on some of the tropicals. Some. But overall, guys, it's looking magnificent. The curry looks a little dry. Always had problems with the curry tree. I reckon that it's the fig tree that's taking all the water and all the nutrients away from the curry. There's the fig there. Look how big it is. This guy here is a thief, and I think he's taking away from the curry and probably from the bananas here, because his roots have gone underneath. Look at this. Be careful where you plant your fig tree, guys. Look at his roots. Look at that root there. That's the fig tree there. And look at that root coming out of the circle, the tree circle, and going right under these bricks. Right under these bricks here, and on its way over there to the curry. It's always dry. No matter how much I water that curry, it's always dry. None of the maha chanook mango seeds have germinated yet. Got quite a few of them here. Well, they should pop up soon. It's been like 2 weeks. However, the R2E2 seed germinated. I showed you that about well, just before we left a week ago, and the second one germinated. Look at that. So both Got lucky with those. There's one from last year. I don't know why it's not growing. That germinated last summer and it's on hold. It's not doing anything. It's been like that for 12 months. Can you believe it? I don't know what I have to do for it. I've given it compost, water. It's alive, but it's not growing. Very strange. No surprise that these tomato seedlings all perished with the tomatoes hanging on. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. There's hardly any soil in here, right? Oh well, I wasn't too keen on them anyway. They're still alive. It's just that the leaves have dried out. I got lazy, I guess. Not much into fruit, into vegetables, guys. I've told you that. And these are a spare zucchini in a little pot. Look at that. It grew a zucchini in such a small pot. Moringa. Drumstick is doing good. It's in the shade though, under the fig. So that needs to go in full sun. These guys like sun, not shade. The miracle berry or miracle fruit got new leaves on it. It's doing fine. The ice cream bean seeds are looking good. They were pretty dry. By the way, yesterday when I got back, I spent 4 hours watering everything, and I was like half dead. I was half dead, but I still wanted to water everything instead of waiting till today. These were bone dry. All these were bone dry. They had no water in them at all. They all would have died if I had left them for another, let's say, 4 or 5 days. Yep. And some of these are not looking good. As you can see, this one here, not looking good. I'm going to cut that off anyway. I just want one, not two. There's another one and it's sort of dead. These are the ones that had 2 or 3 plants coming out of the pot, but most of them are looking great. Look at this one, new leaves, right? A bit slow to get off. They haven't been watered daily. They need water daily. They need to be watered daily in summer. Yeah, so I got to get back on top of it, because as you can see, this one died, right? So, but there's so many of them, I'm not really bothered. I'm not really bothered, guys. The jujube, the young one I planted a couple of months ago, the Lee, that's like doubled in height in let's see, in about 2 months. It's amazing. The birds are keeping me busy by throwing everything out on the grass, always giving me work to do. We're gonna get fruit from the jujube in its 2nd year. I got this last summer. Pretty impressive how quickly they grow. Star fruit is doing good. It's coming back out of its funky mode, which is gee, I'm stepping on, what's that? What's this? I thought it was a snail. It's a fruit shell. Its funky time is spring. That's when the star fruit switches from old growth to new growth. So in summer it's got a new coat, and the new coat is looking great. Plum tree there is fully loaded. It's always loaded. I lost a branch that snapped because of the weight. Oh, here's another one that's ready to snap. A bit like my friend in Canberra. There you go. That one's ready to take the snap. See it? There was one of those a month ago that I lost, and I put all the fruit down here. In here, you can see it all under there. Not a big deal. Plums to me are like secondary in the garden. They're expendable. But this branch is gonna snap for sure. Yeah. And I really don't care if it does. I just might thin out a few fruit to keep it from snapping. But I'll do that after the video. The Pinkerton avocado was pretty dry. And you'll see the Hass as well when I show you that. It's pretty dry. And all these young fruit suffered a little. There's a few of them that fell off when I touched them. Like, let's see this one here. Watch this. See that? That's not a happy camper at all. There you go. He just came off. Not happy at all. Dry. Too dry. Whereas that's what they should look like. They should look like that. But no worries. No worries at all. There's over 100 fruit. I don't know how it's going to hold 100 fruit. Such a small tree. And what concerns me is the leaves haven't come back yet. The new leaves. It dropped all its, not all, but 80% of its old leaves. And the new ones haven't all come back. A few came back over the last few months, but just concerned that it's going to be bare during summer, and we don't want that because we've got a lot of green branches. So I might have to bring a banana here and shade it like I did last summer. The banana I used was this big pot here. This one here. See that? That's a pot. It's a big boy. So I roll that over to give it protection. Give the Pinkerton some shade, some sun protection. I mean, it's all right now in its what, 5th or 6th year. But I don't want to see it get cooked. All it takes is one 40-degree day, which we normally get during January and February. We get more than one actually. We get 5 or 6 of them. So just something to look for. Oh, another chore to take care of. What else? The cucumbers, they were struggling without water in the pots. I fixed them up. What's it called? I forget its name now. Tree collard is full of what do you call them? Cabbage moth damage galore. Can't believe it. But that's all right. You win some, you lose some. Still got the last cherry moya hanging onto the cherry moya tree. So it looks like it got bigger. It's pretty strange to be getting cherry moya for Christmas. As for flowers, they're still on the small side, like they were last week. They're not ready for hand pollinating. Yeah, too small. Way too small. Yep. We're going to the beach later, so I've got to get moving. Our first day back, or second day back to Melbourne, and we're off to the beach already. I found a few new fuerte fruit on this avocado, which I didn't see before. That'll be cool to try the fuerte. There's 3 of them. One here. Where's the other one gone? They're all green. Hope it didn't drop. It might have dropped, so down to 2. Anyway, all I need is 1 to taste and see how we go with that. The black sapoti, the Tahiti variety, is doing great. Lots of fruit coming up. as you can see. It's all over the plant. And look at this lily that I cut back a week and a half ago. Look how it's sprung back up. I told you, don't be afraid to butcher, even lilies. Don't be afraid to go hard on these. Look, I have to cut it back again. It's dwarfing over my Davidson's plum. Look. Not good, not good. And speaking about Davidson's plum, it's fruiting. I got fruit on it, which I'm shocked because it's such a small tree. It's only 2.5 feet. And yet at the bottom down there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fruit. Wow, I'm absolutely amazed. Relinia is coming back slowly, very slowly. This is the one I put in the ground last summer, so a year ago. Current temperature in the shade, 32 Celsius at 11 in the morning. That's under the ice cream bean tree. It's as hot as cans. So we're having cans weather here in Melbourne. There's the fruit on the Davidson's plum. I'll show you more of that another time because it's pretty hot where I'm standing on my knees. And some more up there. Tomatoes that I had put in pots did well, pretty surprising, without being watered for a week. Pretty green, very lush, very surprising. But lots of weeds. I've got a lot of weeding to do. Anyone wanna join me? So, weeds everywhere. The yacon is just doing not much at all in the ground, but the one over there in the pot is doing amazing. Loves the pot, loves to be raised, doesn't like being in the ground. So I'm learning, guys. First time growing yacon. Big difference with check out the lemon tree, how it's come back with brand new growth from the trunk. Yeah, the yacon in the ground is definitely a no-no, unless you've built the soil up, and I didn't. I just stuck it in the ground. Wax jambu's got new growth all over, which is pretty cool. The one I put in the ground back in the end of winter. And better than that, it's also going to give us fruit. There you go. Very early sign of flowers coming right there on the wax jambu, rose apple. Yeah, we got one fruit out of it last year in a pot. So hopefully this year in the ground it'll do a lot better. Jackfruit over there didn't do much, but the good news is it's got new growth in the center. Right? That's good. Always good to see. Still unsure what I'm going to do with all this, where the hedge was. Still unsure. Haven't done a thing back here. Ice cream bean is in full bloom, covered with flowers from side to side. Very windy today. We've got 55 km/h gusts. So that, with no rain, is a killer for the young plants. But overall, so far so good. Yeah, a lot of wind. This is the tomato patch. Silver beet's gone to seed. Got to rip that out. Tomatoes I planted doing so-so. Grapevine over there. It's shot out. I've got to trim it back. I don't like it sticking out like that. The leeks are gone to seed. Zucchinis have been overtaken by weeds. Tomatoes have been overtaken by weeds. Yep. Speaking about leaves, wow, check out all the leaves on the ground from the worts, avocados, 2 of them. I swept up all the leaves before we left for Cairns, and look at this, a mess again. See how much mess comes from the avocados? Well, any tree actually, but this one in particular. It's so nice and shaded under the worts. So nice and shaded.